Hey everyone, the sales this month are already ramping up as we head into the holiday season, and today's list has some fan favorites, some new games at an all-time low, and even a new release as well. So hang tight, grab your spinach, because I plan to make your backlog even heavier. I'm JP, and welcome to Good Talk HQ. To the extended family, thank you as always for being here with us again today. It means the world to us. And for the new folks, thanks and welcome to the channel. We cover Nintendo Switch content every week, and we live stream with our community so we can all hang out and play some games together. But the most popular videos that we make are the lists like this one. We cover a wide variety of games of all different price ranges, so you're bound to find something you like. Or at least I hope so. If you do happen to enjoy the video, or you find a deal or two, please consider subscribing to the channel to become part of our wonderful group. We'd love to welcome you. Plus, it will also qualify you for the monthly eShop gift cards that we give away near the end of each month. All you have to do to enter is be subbed to the channel. Make sure to leave me a comment down below so I can find your name and put you on the list. Oh, and smash those like buttons please before you head out. Either way though, stay safe out there and enjoy the video. Alright, we'll start off with Shady Part of Me. This is a unique puzzle platformer from Focus Home Interactive, designed for one player and offers a main story that should last around 6 or 7 hours to wrap up. Now this game is a roller coaster of emotions and features a strong narrative and gorgeous artwork. We play as a young girl accompanied by her shadow, and the two must learn to work together to overcome obstacles and progress through the story. You also have the ability to switch between 2D and 3D at will to solve puzzles. You can even rewind time if you need to. I also want to note that the voice acting was great as well, and it really pulls you into the story. If you're interested in Shady Part of Me, it's on sale until October 11th, marked down 30% to just $10.49, an all-time low. Next we have Call of Cthulhu. This is a single-player RPG once again from Focus Home Interactive, with a main campaign that will last players roughly 10 to 12 hours or so. In this one, we're sent to look into the tragic death of a family that lived on a nearby secluded island. The story is full of conspiracies and twists, and of course just enough horror to keep you on the edge of your seat. You'll actually start to wonder if you can even trust your own thoughts as your sanity starts to slip away. Now this is not an all-out action game, it's more slow-paced, almost detective-like in nature, so keep that in mind. The atmosphere created within the game is absolutely unsettling and wonderful. If you're interested in Call of Cthulhu, make sure to check it out before the sale ends on October 11th. It's marked down 70% to just $11.99, once again an all-time low. Next up we have Children of Morta. This is an action RPG from publisher 11-Bit Studios and offers a main story that will last more than 20 hours. Plus the game is also available for 1 or 2 players offline. Now this is a story of a valiant family standing together while the world around them is being devoured in darkness. It's shown from a top-down view and features some amazing pixel art graphics. You'll have 7 playable characters, each member of the family, and they all play vastly different from one another. Along the way there are upgrades to be found, and you can use item modifiers between each run. If you're looking for a great deal this week, Children of Morta is one of the best values out there. It's on sale until October 28th. It's marked down 61% to an all-time low of just $8.57. Next we have Sakuna of Rice and Ruin. This is a single-player action RPG from publisher Marvelous and will take players more than 30 hours to complete. Now this game is essentially 2 games in one being an amazing side-scrolling platformer with loads of enemies to face off against and massive bosses or mini-bosses that will test your skills. The other being a rice farming simulation, and this is truly the addictive part of the game. The gameplay loop basically revolves around us setting out with the young goddess to gather resources and slay animals for food to bring home to our village, and while we're there, we must manage our rice farm, and doing so can give the player some buffs and raise the morale of the whole village. Now there's also a crafting system in place where the gathered resources can be taken to certain NPCs in order to upgrade your weapons and gear. This is a really gorgeous game on the Switch, and it does enough to set itself apart, and I think it's worth checking out right now while it's on sale for just $27.99 until October 21st, marked down 30% to an all-time low. Evergate is a single-player adventure platform game from Stone Lantern Games with a main story that will last roughly 7 to 10 hours. In this one, players wield their soul flame and unleash extraordinary powers as you dive into the touching story of 2 kindred spirits. Now this is a journey through the beautiful and haunting afterlife in this unique 2D puzzle platformer. The game also features a cool time-based mechanic allowing you to slow time and use these power crystals to unleash your full potential. The gorgeous environments paired with the original soundtrack were top-notch. If you're interested in Evergate, make sure to pick it up before the sale ends on October 22nd. It's marked down 35% to just $6.24, again an all-time low. Next we have Golf Story. This is a retro-style sports RPG, which is basically a blend of RPG mechanics and sports mechanics all packaged together, and when done right can make for a very unique and interesting game. This one comes to us from Sidebar Games and has a main story campaign that will last around 15 to 20 hours. Now this is another one of those games that may surprise players, as it's truly a joy to play. It mixes standard RPG mechanics like you'd expect to find, with some interesting golf-related puzzles and objectives. There are 8 unique environments to explore and dozens of puzzles to solve, plus there's a fully fleshed out story. If you've been eyeing this one and you still haven't grabbed it, please make sure to check it out before the sale ends on October 22nd. It's marked down half price to an all-time low of just $7.49. Next up, we have Iconoclasts. This is a single-player 2D adventure game from Bitfrost Entertainment and will take players roughly 10 to 15 hours to wrap up. Players will explore a large world filled with challenging puzzles, interesting characters, and plenty of bosses and baddies to keep you busy. The game features 20 intense boss battles and an amazing retro style aesthetic and sound. Plus the game controls wonderfully. There are a few different difficulty settings as well to add accessibility for younger players. If you like games in this genre or Iconoclast looks interesting to you, make sure to check it out before the sale ends on October 22nd. It's marked down 60% to just $7.99. Inside is a single-player puzzle-style adventure game from publisher Playdead, and while the story will only last a couple of hours, I have to say that this is an absolutely amazing game. You start off just like many of the other games in this style, alone and with no rhyme or reason as to why you're in your current situation. Hunted and alone, we play as a young boy who finds himself on the run from a dark experiment with human subjects. The game plays like Little Nightmares, where you move along a 2D plane and interact with different objects to manipulate your surroundings. Now I have to say the final act is absolutely phenomenal. Please don't let it get spoiled for you, play it for yourself. If you like this style of game, to me this is one of the best you can buy in the genre, so please make sure to check it out before the sale ends on October 15th. It's marked down 75% to an all-time low of just $4.99. Next up we have Moonlighter, the Complete Edition. This is a single-player action RPG, once again from 11-Bit Studios, and will last players roughly 20 hours or so. The game follows a young man named Will, an adventurous shopkeeper that dreams of becoming a hero. After the discovery of an ancient gate that will allow people to travel to different realms and seek treasures beyond their wildest dreams, young Will sees his call to action. The game features an addictive gameplay loop of searching for treasures and bringing them back to your shop to sell each day. In the Complete Edition, you get the base game and the Between Dimensions expansion as well. The DLC added new enemies, new bosses, and much more. This is a great value at its current sale price of just $6.95, marked down 75% until October 28th and matching its all-time low. Nexomon Extinction is a single-player action RPG from P-Cube and offers players more than 35 hours of main story gameplay on average. Now this is an all-new story in the beloved franchise of monster-catching games, adding more than 300 new Nexomon to trap and tame. One really cool feature is that the game has a dynamic difficulty setting, so as you progress through the world, it will change with you, and enemies never seem too easy or too hard to defeat. Now the world itself is massive and has several distinct regions, which of course mean that only some monsters can be found in habitats that would allow them to thrive. You'll have to do battle with trainers and tyrants alike in this amazing action RPG in an attempt to become the greatest monster tamer of all time. So if you're interested in Nexomon Extinction, make sure to check it out before the sale ends on October 22nd. It's marked down 35% to just $12.99, once again an all-time low. Steel Assault is a brand new release, and they're offering an introductory sale price for early adopters. Now this game is amazing and incredibly fast-paced. The platforming feels smooth and the boss battles feel epic. The only complaint that I've seen said about the game is that it's just too short of an experience. Some players report that it takes less than an hour to beat, so keep that in mind. What is on offer here though is great, and it's going to depend on each person if they feel that the price is too high to justify the amount of content given. The game has been received well though, and the early reviews have been pretty positive. So if you're interested in Steel Assault and you were considering picking it up, make sure to do so before the initial sale is over. Right now you can get it for just $13.49, which is a 10% discount until October 12th. Next we have Tetris Effect Connected. Tetris is one of the longest running franchises in history, and with good reason. The game is simple to pick up and addictive in nature, but it's incredibly hard to master. With Tetris Effect Connected, you can now play multiplayer online wherever you go, with modes allowing for up to 8 players at one time. It even includes cross-platform action as well. The game features more than 30 stages, each with unique music, sound effects, and style, and they evolve and change as you play through them. This keeps the game from getting stale too quickly. Again, the game can really test your mental capacity from time to time, but I think most people are familiar with Tetris or at least have heard of it, so that should be no surprise. If you're interested in Tetris Effect Connected, it's on sale until October 22nd, marked down 25% to an all-time low of just $29.99. Now this again is a new release and offering an introductory price for early adopters. Trigger Witch is an action-adventure title from East Asia Soft and offers players roughly 9 to 10 hours of main story gameplay on average. It's available for 1 or 2 players and local co-op as well, which is always nice. The game is shown from a top-down point of view and tasks players with exploring an open world, searching for stronger items and weapons, and interacting with some pretty strange characters. You have to fight your way through tough enemies and cleverly crafted environmental puzzles as you work to restore peace to your realm. Now you know I love twin-stick shooters and twin-stick action games as well, so this was a no-brainer for me, plus I love the 2D look of the game. If you're a fan like me as well, make sure to check out Trigger Witch before the sale ends on October 14th. It's marked down 20% to an all-time low of just $11.99. Next we have the Mercenaries Saga Chronicles. This is a collection of 3 amazing titles from the Mercenaries Saga series from publisher Circle Entertainment, and their massive RPGs, each offering more than 50 hours of gameplay. Now the package includes the original Will of the White Lions, the sequel Order of the Silver Eagle, and the final chapter of the trilogy Grey Wolves of War. These are retro pixel art style RPGs shown from a top-down view, and the Switch version was remastered to look great in docked and handheld mode. If you like strategy RPGs, this is a great value, and it's marked down 50% to an all-time low of just $7.49 until October 14th. Next up we have Chasm. This is a single-player retro-style action RPG from publisher Leadman Games with a main story that will last players roughly 10 hours or so. In Chasm, players will explore the depths below a remote town in the mountains to investigate a series of strange disappearances amongst the townsfolk. Now this game has been heavily inspired by older Metroidvania-style dungeon crawlers, and it features a truly immersive and ever-changing world. The art and sound are top-notch, but the boss battles in particular were a highlight for us, as they're massive and epic battles. Now this game is very challenging and was even featured on our hardest Metroidvanias that you can play on the Switch, so I would say keep that in mind before you make your pick. With all that said, if this one interests you, make sure to check it out before the sale ends on October 13th. It's marked down 50% to just $9.99. Alright folks, and as always, here are some other games that are also on sale while you're already on the eShop. Why not check them out? Alright everyone, thanks again for watching, and if you made it this far, you're truly legendary. I hope you had a good time. The deals are great again this week, and I'm excited to see what kind of deals we get as we head closer to the holidays. I'll be working hard to bring as many of them to you as I can. That's my promise. Once again, to the new folks, consider hitting that red button down below to become part of our amazing group here at the channel. It will mean a lot to us. And for everyone else, please hit those like buttons so we can get over 500, and if we do, I'll add another gift card to this month's giveaway. Either way though, please stay safe out there, and as always, we'll let Little Man take us home. Bye everyone.
That's all for today's list. We hope you liked the video. If you did, consider subscribing and liking down below. Okay, bye!